Blitzers, it's Ronan. Welcome back to the channel. We have a couple of replays today showing some really strong finishes with autoloaders. Autoloaders have taken over the game, and we are going to show first Gent in the Batchat, one of the original and probably best autoloaders. A Batchat is a great tank. Gent is New Bay. He's going to the bridge side here, and he is facing some morons like probably that standard B, but he's also facing a new tank that's in testing right now, the T100 LT, and TJ from Rain is playing that. So Gent's got some work cut out for him in this one. He had some decent teammates as well. My name was taken from Hated. But as you can see, this is going to come down to be all Gent all the time. The Batchat's a great tank. I was saying about autoloaders is, you know, when I started playing the game 4 years ago or so, autoloaders were there. I mean, you had the Batchat, the T57, AMX50, and so on, but they were not so common, and they certainly weren't they weren't what they are now. This day and age, average, I think the Emil started the show, but a lot have since come down there. Autoloaders can be used, and they are great tanks. They're just very tricky to play. Gent pushing in a very smart spot here, but my God, he gets nuked. I mean, we could check. I think TJ did almost all of Gent's damage in this match. But you'll see who ends up laughing at the end. So Gent gets a couple out in from that spot. That's a great spot to get damage, but unfortunately they anticipated it. He is now down. It's already 6 on 7. Gent pokes on this VK72, a very important tank to kill and quickly, but you see the troll-ass fucking armor on this thing. Gent cannot get through there. Batchat still with APCR does not have the world's greatest penetration. When then heat it bound, I hate heat, and it doesn't do that. But Gent gets fortunate here to have a little bit of help on that VK72 because he was almost stuck there. You can see that VK72 ignoring, there it is, ignoring that 263. So the guy must have known what he was doing. A lot of morons would have just gone after that AFK idiot whose gun's up. That's not going to help Gent in this one. It's 6 on 6 thanks to that clear. The T57 on Gent's team is nearly at the spawn of the enemy doing God knows what. He does help out at the end. This game is quickly developing into, to me, just a real showcase of Gent using a light tank, the Batchat, to its full potential. Look at the speed. It's a rear-mounted gun. You can get a lot of really clever shots with it because of that without poking too much. You see how he got that shot, and the standard B didn't really have the time to even react. After the standard B is not a great player. Gent is getting repositioned here, and he's working. I think, knowing Gent, he was probably just working their crowd with it. You know, playing a light tank requires constant movement, constant relocation, and constant awareness of where your teammates are, particularly when you got a clipper. And when you get a clipper like this tank, you got to be really careful not to take damage because you just don't have that much to spare, and you can get high explosived pretty much anywhere. However, the reality is you can also do things like this, and you can bait shots. Watch Gent bait this. He's just poking out just enough, boom, miss. You saw that cloud of dust, and he is going to clear this guy here, and there's nothing that 60 TP could do about it. It was a 2 on 5. It's now a 2 on 6. The T57 on Gent's team is still coming from the enemy spawn. I don't know if that guy at this point had shot. I guess he had. I only see 2 of 3. He hasn't done much. There is TJ again, shooting Gent. I think almost all of Gent's damage was done by TJ. I wouldn't call it tunneling exactly since only 2 people are left, but you'll see there's some more. 600 damage left on Gent, 2 on 4, including a mostly full power TJ in a OP tank. Look at this brilliance here. I don't know how Gent gets away with it, but he does. I don't know if he knew that the 183 shot. I did not notice that myself. But Gent might have just heard the shot or something. Gets 3 into the 183, including a beautiful back shot, and he is going through the middle. And this is where things get nice and spicy. I think he takes another hit from TJ. 301 feels like that's likely him. And then I think this. I had to slow this down because I think it's a shot of the year. TJ just killed the T57 on Gent's team. It's 1 versus 3. Watch this. Gent gets out of position. He is not spotted here. You can tell TJ would have looked at him. Shot 1, ammo rack damage, zoom in. I don't think he's damaged yet, or he's spotted yet. TJ disappears from the radar. Gent tracks him very, very slowly down. and takes a prayer and clears them, and then why not one more into the 183. Oh, what a sequence. Clears TJ. Now he still has a 121B with 700 HP and a Death Star, so work is still cut out for him. Another slowdown. Watch this. Gent gets a shot here. Look at that shot. Just misses. That 121 just by a hair. And that 121B probably has about a 7-second reload, and Gent easily clears him, or beautifully clears him. So now it's between Gent and this 183, and I don't know who you have your money on. Who do you think? Somebody does this. Who's going to win? Well, you could probably guess, but nonetheless, you will figure out how. Some really good trickery here by Gent. First, he is splashable by almost any part of Gent. So you've got to, Gent has to be very careful not to get any exposure at all, because the 183 just needs to shoot a high explosive shell anywhere near Gent and he will clear him. He doesn't have to aim that much. So what Gent does here is he backs up, as you see right there. Well, he backs up as you see right there. And he gets behind this wall. Now, what does that do? That prevents the 183 from shooting high explosive because it's going to explode on the wall. Gent was trying to, I think this was a really clever move here, and a lot of noobs. This 183, I looked at him afterwards. He was not a noob. He wasn't a great player either. He was just an average player. But, you know, now that being said, you could shoot an AP shell right through there and it would have easily cleared Gent. But that is a way to mitigate against some risk. Gent does what uses the Batchat's other terrific ability, which is spotting. So the light tanks have tremendous spotting range, 300 plus meters. The 183 has a terrible spotting range, probably 250. Now the 183 has great camo until he shoots. So it's a kind of a battle between a great spotter in the 180 in the Batchat versus some good camo in the 183. And it's going to come down between one of these for the win. The other huge advantage is the clipper advantage. Gent can miss his shot, which he won't. And there he goes. But he had two more in the chamber to take him out. Great game by Gent. Kalabanov. Everything you could probably throw at this one. 4 kills, just ridiculous mastery. 6,300 damage, 4 kills. Made a little bit of coin. Well, it's 1676 base XP. Not to mention, he took on TJ and won, which is... not very nice. I'm sure TJ would have appreciated a win after their loss in Twister Cup. All right, the next player is not as good as Gent. It's me. I am playing the great tank, the Defender Mk1 here at Mines. And the Mk1 is a great tank, great turret. I love the pen on this tank, like 235 for the AP, 270 something for the APCR. It's almost like playing a heavy can, like a T34. Pens everything. Armor is not great except for the turret, and it's got a -10 gun depression. So, you know, you'd think, hey, Ronan, you could play this on the hill. Well, the weird thing is, their enemies, you can see, even this idiot in the VK-45, they were hunkered down and spawned, which was a little surprising. I guess it shouldn't have been. And I did a terrible job here of being careful, not one of my strengths. The T-55 just shot me from across the field. Somebody else has shot, that VK-45 shot me in the back of the head. The IS-3 Defender shot me there, and I think I get shot. I guess that's it. I'm down to 25 HP. Well, so there goes all my H point. So who needs HP anyway? Interestingly enough, though, after they all shot me, they kind of sensed forgot about me, and that was helpful. You cannot forget about an autoloader. I can unload nearly 1,000 HP. The alpha of the Mk1 is 190, so you should be able to do 800 damage or so on a clip if you pen, as that T-55A just found out. Right now it's 7 on 6. Things look okay. They will dissolve rather quickly. You can see our heavies are bleeding and their team is just dispersed. We have an idiot who just rushed in their spawn, the T-92. We did get the Scorp out of his hiding hole to clear the T-92, which was appreciated, but other than that, didn't do a whole hell of a lot. I could not get this shot to land, and I think it's because I was too close to those rocks right there. As you can see, the slope's a little different. Or I could have maybe done that, but if I would have fallen, it would probably change the outcome of the game, so glad I didn't. I really wanted to clear the Scorp. I had 2 left, 2 shells left, got 2 into him. High rolled there, but wasn't able to clear him. He's got 10 HP left. At this point, I noticed the IS-3 Defender is rushing me. Things are just falling apart. It was a 3 on 3, it's now a 2 on 3. IS-3 Defender's got a whole lot of hit points. So you really need to clear the Scorp to have a chance at this. Unfortunately there, I hit the ground with the right behind shot, but I was able to clear the Scorp. I got 2 shells left, and you've got to clear another tank. It's 2 on 2, because they have just a lot more hit points with the IS-3 Defender. That VK-45 is just showing all kinds of side to me. for an easy clear. All that's left now is this IS-3 Defender with 1,100 hit points or so. I do have a Conway on my team. However, I can tell you, because I looked afterwards, the Conway is a complete and utter moron, 44% noob. I accidentally pressed that captive base, canceled it. He was kind of following me around, but the only reason he did is because he didn't know where the IS-3 Defender was. The minute the IS-3 Defender was spotted, he really wanted to run away or run after him, and he wanted just to attack. Very typical noob behavior. So, simple here, right? Let's spot, figure out what we can do. Obviously, I can be killed by just about anything. I was really hoping he would come around the other way, because with my gun depression, I could get some shots into this guy. But it looked like he wanted to cap the base or some type of thing. You can see my noobish friend is pushing the IS-3 Defender, and I knew that he was just gonna go. So might as well just attack here and hope for the absolute best. And again, this is where clippers really, really help. I needed him to hit one shot, and this guy's got 1,100 HP. I could do 800. If he can land a shot with that tank, he could potentially take him down to all that I need. One shot goes in, thought about reloading here, chose not to. You can see he's already hit the Conway a couple of times. The Conway's down to nothing, to one shot. Got another shot in there, so now he's down to 784. I can't clear him yet. I just needed a one shot. I should not have gone down there. That was actually luck, but the Conway gets a 532 roll, and that's all I needed to do with a great pen of this tank. I think it was pretty close right there to see who would shoot first, but I got lucky and did. So nice win there. Again, Clippers saved the day. They're great to finish games with. Not anything special in the game, but a nice finish. 1134 base, 3,100 damage, and 3 kills. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Sub to the channel if you haven't already.